Hello, guys, and welcome. You probably already heard the news. I was planning to try and get a video out a little bit sooner, but I haven't had the time. But it obviously involves the guy you can see on your screen, Rasmus Hojlund, and that is that Manchester United have finally agreed a fee with Atalanta for Rasmus Hojlund. I mean, this has been going on now for a while. Obviously, Manchester United prepared to make a bid and everything like that. He was our first choice striker. Obviously, we went to realise that Tottenham weren't willing to negotiate with teams in England for Harry Kane. And yeah, finally, we seem to have got it sorted with Atalanta. Obviously, a contract had already been agreed. He'd already said, look, yeah, if you're going to offer me this contract, I'll take this contract. Um, so yeah, finally, it's 74 million, which is, to be fair, 74 or 72, which is again quite a lot for a 20-year-old who's not really proven much yet in football. But I do think under the right management, some obviously like Eric Ten Hag, I do think he will be a great addition because we do need an out and out striker. We have lacked that. We lacked it last season. We've lacked it in pre-season at times, and finally, Manchester United can now, you know, maybe look at other business, maybe getting a few players out of the club, um, maybe replacing some of them. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously great news for my club um, that we finally have. I think one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle that was missing in Eric Ten Hag's side, which was a striker. Okay, Rashford had a great season last season, but we all know, in my opinion, Rashford's at his best coming in off the left. Martial for me is just simply not good enough, and hasn't really done anything to prove that he can be Manchester United's out and out number nine. And yeah, obviously there's been rumblings of this deal now for about a month and a half, that he was a target of Manchester United and that we were going to go in for him, and it was just a matter of getting a few other things sorted first. Obviously with the Mason Mount deal, then there was obviously Andre Onana 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now finally um, we have come to an agreement with Atalanta for Rasmus Hojlund. Obviously, Manchester United are clearly buying here. They're looking for potential because obviously, like I said before, he's not really proven anything yet. He's been at Atalanta. Okay, he had a good season at Atalanta, but he's the sort of striker that Eric Ten Hag seems to prefer. He's not afraid to get physical. He's not afraid to press, a bit like a Woodward signing, as he were on loan in January. He's sort of that sort of mould, except you expect more goals from someone like Rasmus Hojlund. Um, but yeah, I think it's a massive one for Eric Ten Hag. Obviously, now he has a huge piece of the puzzle that was missing, because that's always been our priority, or should have been our main priority for this summer, was making sure we had an out and out number nine. We didn't want to go into next season without an out and out number nine, because I think that would have already put us below what other teams are doing in this transfer window. I mean, you look at Manchester City. I mean, they have Haaland alone. Liverpool have done some good business. Chelsea seem to be doing some good business as well. So Arsenal, another team that have done great business. So we needed to make sure we had our pieces of the puzzle in place and ready for the upcoming season, which obviously starts in just a couple of weeks. So he should be available by then. Obviously, he should have a medical at the beginning of the next week. Contract should be hopefully signed by the middle of next week, and then obviously he can get into training with his new teammates, get used to the environment he's going to be having to get used to it at Carrington, and then obviously, when he eventually plays at home, the huge atmosphere at Old Trafford. Obviously, there was a late push as well from PSG, a rather take it or leave it offer to Atalanta for Rasmus Hojlund from PSG, but Manchester United were never worried about any potential of a hijack of the deal Manchester United were trying to get with Hojlund, because he always said his first choice destination was Old Trafford. Obviously Manchester United have done their research, and they've obviously looked at him and thought, you know what, this is someone we need. We need to make sure we get him at all costs. And okay, we might have paid, in my opinion, a little bit over the odds. I wouldn't have valued him at where Manchester United have paid. I think the 60 million that Manchester United first offered, I think would have been acceptable. I mean, if he comes to Old Trafford and he doesn't do so well, Manchester United invested a lot of money into a player that could eventually be a flop. I'm hoping he won't be, obviously. For my team's sake, because we're going to need him to show why Manchester United have paid so much money for him at such a young age. He's only 20. He's obviously a Danish international, so he should have a good connection with, you think, Christian Eriksen. They might be able to form some sort of striker midfielder partnership. Obviously, he's going to have other people trying to serve him as well. You've got Rashford coming in from the left. You've got people like Anthony coming in off the right. You've got Fernandes behind him. You've got people like Mason Mount as well. Casemiro is another one that can pick a pass. So he should have good service. I'd imagine he would have very good service from people like Rashford and Anthony. We all seen what Anthony can do. He can be creative. We've all seen what Christian Eriksen can do in the Premier League and how he can unlock defences. We've all seen Fernandes do it now for many years. We've seen Mason Mount do it for many years for Chelsea. So the service will be there for him as well. And you're just hoping he finds that one player. Because sometimes there's just a set of players that just click, and they just know how to find each other. I mean, one of the best examples I could think of as a Manchester United fan would be Ronaldo Rooney. They had great link-up play. And I'm hoping he can strike some sort of partnership like that with either one of the wingers or one of the midfielders. I mean, you saw it quite a lot with De Bruyne and Aguero as well, and De Bruyne and Haaland now. But yeah, obviously I'm hoping he comes in and he can hit the ground running. I'm hoping he can prove why Manchester United are paying over £70 million for him. Obviously, you want him to come in, show that potential, hit the ground running. A goal on his Premier League debut would obviously be a massive plus for him. Obviously, he's wanted to come to Manchester United. He was never going to force a move out of Atalanta. That was never going to happen, but he wanted to come to Old Trafford. He would have turned down PSG just because, Manchester United were never worried with PSG putting in a £48 million bid, because Manchester United said, look, we know he wants to come here, so we're not exactly worried by that. He's already gave his insurances that, if two clubs are going in for him, and if two clubs' bids do get accepted, Old Trafford will be his favourite destination. As soon as he heard of the Manchester United interest, he knew he wanted to join Manchester United. So, it's not like Manchester United have just gone and offered crazy money for a player who had no idea Manchester United were interested, and they've just said, okay, we'll accept it. He's wanted this move. Obviously, Manchester United have been trying to get it sorted. Obviously, the official bid was the beginning of this week, I do believe, which was the first offer of 60 million that was rejected. So, yeah, I mean, finally, we're going to have an out-and-out striker, and I think it's about time. I think now Rashford can go back and play out on the left, where, for me, he's at his best. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is a good deal for Manchester United? Do you think he will prove to be worth the money Manchester United are paying? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe for more videos like this. Anyway, guys, I'll see you soon.